So hey, welcome inside Zippy's Garage. Doing something a little bit different today. We are out and about at the annual Garden State Ferrari Fall Festival. And we are about a little bit north of Princeton, New Jersey, up at a golf course. And the Ferrari, let's see here if we get it right. The official Ferrari dealer, Ferrari of Central New Jersey, gave me this really cool hat. And they've got a wonderful display of new Ferraris. And there's a show for Ferrari owners to come out and display their cars. So we're going to do a quick walk around some of these new Ferraris for you to take a look at. This is the new model, and it's a front engine. So let's see, this is the Roma, and $360,000 for this particular 2021 Ferrari Roma. So you can see the inside.
Shows the hot spots, right?
Talks about the chassis number and so forth, the VIN numbers and so forth, and then you've got, you want a convertible, you want to drop the top. Here we go. Portofino, and this is $250,000. So beautiful car, no doubt. And then over here, you've got your traditional mid-engine. Don't see a window sticker on it, but take a look inside of it real quick. So it's the F8. Beautiful, beautiful seats. Look at those things. And you know me and what I'm looking for my seats in my Corvette. So beautiful seat in these cars. So this is the little display setup of Ferrari of Central New Jersey. They're in Edison, New Jersey, up on Route 1. So if you're in the market for a Ferrari, be sure to check those guys out. So I'm going to cruise through some of the vintage displays. Then they have a display of V8 Ferraris, and then they have a display of the 12-cylinder Ferraris. So let's take a closer look at these things. 1965 275 GTS. So I always kind of, you know me, I'm a Corvette nut, but I always, kind of benchmark these, any old car, against what the contemporary Corvette would be. So that's 1975, guys. This is 1968. This is going up against this is up against a chrome bumper Corvette, whereas this thing against the 78. Beautiful cars. And I've made this comment before on guys that have cars from the 50s and 60s, and these even from the 70s. Just to maintain these, I give the owners a lot of credit, because it's not easy to do. So it's a 71 365 GTB 4, and I am not even going to pretend to know much about the cars, other than they're probably worth more than my house. Just leave it at that. The red one, same car, 365 GTB 4. He brought this down from Staten Island. According to the window decal, here's a 2+2 with a back seat. 365 GT 2+2. Again from Staten Island, but rear seat on it. The wood grain. Really, really pretty car. And another 2+2 over here. This is a 330 1966. And it's drove it in from Barnegat. Looks to be in, I don't want to say, I'm assuming it's probably original condition, because you can see some of the paint coming, bleed through from the paint. But the beautiful thing is, guys, these are only original once. So you can see some of the cracking in the paint and so forth, but still a beautiful car. Another one here. Montana registration on this one. Ivory interior, or white interior. 365 GTB 4. And here we go. Here's a newer version of the GTO. No sticker on it. Beautiful car. Looks like there is, it's a 2011 $599 GTO. Beautiful car. Another front engine. Cruise over here. Take a look at the white mid-engine. This is the 488 Pista. And I've seen this car locally because this one's not too far from where I live. The owner on this car is from Morristown, New Jersey. Morristown, from southern New Jersey. Take a look at this. A 400i is what it says on the dash card. But really wild looking. Yeah, manual transmissions in just about every one of these ones that we've seen so far. Headlights are on. Judges are going around the car now. So it's a pretty neat show, and everything is judged. And you can see there's cars set up. That's the driving range that we're looking at across here. So there are golfers out here today, but nobody's allowed to use the driving range for good reason. So all these cars are set up on the driving range. There's some spectator cars there off in the distance. And then over here to the left are the 12 cylinders. So we're going to capture as much of this as we can. And we're getting a little bit closer to the disc jockey, so I may just put some underlying music here and let the video roll, depending on what they're doing with the music. So I'll continue to explain what the cars are if I can. 458 Spider, it's a 2014. Really nice wide spoke wheel on it too. And this is when you kind of got more into the dual clutch transmissions. So F430 from 2008. A little bit more of the modern day Ferraris. A little bit more of a, you know, everybody, I'm sure the guys are tired of hearing about it, but you know, your Magnum PI car. But 1985 308 GTS 2-valve. I think this is the, you know, if you're of my age, this is the quintessential Ferrari design. Whether it was Magnum PI or the music video with Sammy Hagar, this is basically what he was driving, or one similar to it. Don't kill me if I got the model wrong, but it looked like that one. So here's a 2004 360 Spider. So this is an 04 Ferrari, so that's basically the same vintage as my Corvette. Silver, you don't see that too often. Yellow F430, yellow stitching, beautiful seats inside this car. Really, really nice. Another 360 Modena. Judges rolling around this 430 right now. It's a 430 Spider. A little bit more of a current car, 2013. And this is the California. So this is more the GT, the cruising car. They call it a back seat, but not much of one. Looks like another California next to it in a darker red, you know, from a dark red. Really, really pretty color. You don't see that too often on a Ferrari. Here's a unique spec, white with the brown interior. Really looks nice with the white stitching on it. Good looking car. And again, here's a 308. Was talking with this gentleman. It's a 1984 308 GTS Quattro. And he was telling me that this was a unique build in that back then they call it, I guess, an individual build, where the original owner spec'd it with the ivory or cream colored interior, which was a one-off, was not available from Ferrari. So it was converted into that ivory colored interior. Pretty cool. And the owner, it's an 84 model year, and he's owned it since 1984. So that's the 308. And here's the 328. Very similar in body style, but the front ends are subtly different. And this has got the more natural interior that you're used to seeing. And come back out, you can see some of the subtle differences on the front end of these things. How the parking lights, turn signals, driving lights are subtly different, but still have the pop-up headlights. And then love the license plate on this. I don't know that that's a custom tag, but it certainly fits the car because it's a 348. Another 360 Medina. And I'm assuming it's a California. Yes, 2014 California. This one just showed up not too long ago, an F430. And I give, you guys know I'm a Corvette guy, but tell you what, I really give the Corvette engineers a lot of credit. They've got a trunk back here for the Corvette in the mid-engines. Nothing against Ferrari by any stretch. And then got some colors over here, some unique colors. Hey, look, another car from Montana. Imagine that. No comment on the Montana. But again, F430 Spider, yellow. And then the new color for Corvette in 2022 is the orange. Very similar to this color you can see here. And this is a 430 as well. But I can't say that I've ever seen this color orange before. See if it actually mentions it on the sticker. Yeah. And original sticker was $253 on that car. So here's a light blue. Call it very similar to your Carlisle blue. It's a 360 Spider, and this car new was 170. So it's a 2002. Very similar, from a Corvette color. Call it Carlisle blue or Sterling blue. You've got a yellow 355 Spider, 1997. Let's see if I can walk around these guys. 430, 05. Here's another yellow 308 GTSI from 1982. They're pretty cool. There's a Ferrari 430 rolling across the grass as it's heading out. When that thing started, you could hear it rumble to life. Good exhaust note on that car. So another, looks like, yeah, I wanted to say 430, but I'm second guessing myself. 430 Spider, 308 perhaps, yeah, 308 GTS QV. And this has the more traditional, natural colored interior as opposed to that ivory that we saw earlier. And here we have another 430. Lots of 430s out here today. California T. How are you guys? Hello. So another 430 or Modena. 360 Spider. All right, here's a 2+2. This is 308 GT4. And guys from the next town over from where I live. He's in Lumberton, New Jersey. We could have carpooled here today. 1986 328 GTS. Done up in, guess I'm calling it silver. Can't say that I've seen many in that color before. Really nice looking car. Denville, this is 2013, a 458. So we kind of walked around the exterior of the display here. So we're kind of back to where we walked in. So let's cruise through the middle and see what we have here in the center of the driving range. Another 430. It's like California perhaps, with the hard top in the up position. 458. You know, as they're going through the judging, They're checking the functionality as well. So 4-way flashers, brake light, start up, you just honk the horn. So here's a pretty blue. Yellow accents on it. Yellow stitching, yellow seat belts, 488 GTB. Really nice car. And then shout out to my friends from Club Glove Luggage. Here's your Ferrari luggage, right? You know, you got a Corvette, you can get your Club Glove luggage. We're on a golf course, right? That's what Club Glove is known for. So 458 Spider. Really nice car. And a little bit closer to the DJ, but I think I'm still able to talk over his music. We captured this one. I don't think we saw this one yet. White one. Go to the back to see if I can find any badging, but I don't see any on this one. Trying to figure out what they are. So this is a 458 Special. My Italian's not that good, but I did see this thing when it was parking. Look at the size of the brake calipers on this thing on the front. Then more impressive, the size of the caliper on the rear. That's insane. Carbon ceramic brakes on it. Very nice. Interior, lots of carbon fiber, lots of Alcantara. White with the black stripe, so really nice looking car. And another dark blue with a natural interior. And this is a 458 Spider. Knew this was $335,000. I'm gonna spin around, give you a little bit of context. The 12 cylinders are up here. Stick around. We're gonna go up and check those out in a second. So this is the display. And walking closer to the disc jockey, but I gotta say hello to my friends from Autobella. If you noticed my shirt, out here helping my friend Mike with his display today. auto-bella.com. If you're in the southern New Jersey, Southampton area, great detailing products. There's his phone number, his website. Another friend of mine, Mike Cashin. Check out Mike Cashin Photography on Facebook. But the big deal with Autobella is they are pretty much one of the only suppliers of Geon. I don't know if he's the only supplier, but he is across southern New Jersey. He is the exclusive supplier for Geon. If you're not familiar with Geon, they're big in Europe, and they are quote unquote the best of the best. Really good products. So with that said, another minute or two, I'm going to go up and walk up the hill and check out these 12-cylinder Ferraris. So stick around. All right, so I made it up the hill. You can see the driving range behind me there. And they're shooting all the way out there. No driving range today. But we've made it up to the display of the 12-cylinder Ferraris. So just beautiful cars. All right, 1999 550 Maranello. My Italian's not that good, guys, so please excuse me. But gated manual shifter in this car. Love the fact, you know, 220 mile an hour speedometer. I'm assuming most of these are going to be, well, maybe not. This is a 599 GTB from 2008 from Scranton, Pennsylvania. There, this one's got a automatic or dual clutch transmission. Folks taking photographs, I'll get out of his way. All right, yep. Okay, it's your car. It's a beautiful car. 550, it's an 01. Came down from Ramsey, New Jersey. Gated manual shifter. Beautiful spec as far as what color is it? Is it silver?
It's titanium.
Titanium, okay.
Yeah. And, Sabia interior with blue squirrel, so dark blue.
Very nice.
And the 10 liners too is diamond stitched.
Okay, beautiful spec. Thanks for bringing it out and displaying it today. You can see what he was talking about. It's absolutely gorgeous. And we've got a 612 06 or 2006. You know, of course, I knew the colors would be fancier than just silver. Titanium on that particular one over here. But a 612 with a dark red interior. And again, gated manual shifter, real impressive there. Cruise around these guys. But here's another 612. Front engine, another 612 red with the natural interior, and I guess you can call it a 2+2. And this has the automatic, or dual clutch paddle shifter. I'm not sure when they went to the true dual clutch on these cars, but it's not a manual transmission. It's like black with natural. 599 GTB, and here you go. Talked about the Magnum PI cars. Here's your Miami Vice car, the Ferrari Testarossa, 1988 from King of Prussia. Just the gated doors. That was such a controversial and huge styling feature when that debuted. Gated shifter again. So nothing like having a 12-cylinder with the motor in the back. It's a lot of car. The width on this thing, I don't know if the camera does it justice, but the width on these things was ridiculous. Still holds up well. I think that's the only Testarossa. Oh, no, there's another one over here. Another Testarossa here. So it's another 612. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the word after 612. All right, another Testarossa. This is the 599. Here's the other Testarossa. We got a blue one in the back there that we'll go check as well. Afternoon. Yeah, beautiful car.
Thank you.
F12, not too far away from Flemington. Another black F12.
What do you think of this car?
And here is one of the newer ones. Call it the shooting brake, right? So this is the FF, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, it's the FF 2012, two-tone interior, like a ivory or cream color with red. But it's got rear seats, and then this hatch opens up. Certainly not gonna call it a hatchback, but really, really cool. And Callaway did one of these called the Aero Wagon on the C7. So I do like the shooting brake. I think it's a nice little styling cue. Another Testarossa that we talked about. Here's an 88 done up in blue with a ivory interior. Again, manual shifter on that. Let's see if I can pull back a little bit to show the width of that car versus the width of this car. Just how I can't get over how wide the Testarossa even looks on the road today. Such a menacing looking car in a good way. So F12. This appears to be a 575 Maranello, I believe. Pretty car. And like I said, just love the sound of a 12-cylinder. This one is an 812 super fast, 2018. My cousin Brian, Pittsburgh Views, he's got a big channel outside of Pittsburgh, and one of his buddies, Mike, from Autovlog, I believe this is what he had. Very similar spec too. I believe his car was white with a red interior. Love the wheel. But you know, my little rinky-dink channel, go check out Pittsburgh Views and Autovlog, our other two big car YouTube channels. And my 99 550 Maranello, deep burgundy red with a darker natural interior and a gated shifter. So yeah, my cousin Brian recently ordered a Ford Bronco and went to pick it up. The dealership added a $10,000 premium to his Ford Bronco, basically 48 hours or 72 hours before he went to pick it up. Did a video on it, and the video was actually picked up by Road and Track, Japolink, and a couple other news sources. And I don't want to say the dealer changed their mind, but they ended up settling on a little bit less than $10,000 as far as an overage goes. But it's something to think about, guys. If you're placing an order for a car, make sure you agree to the whatever the sales price is, whether it's MSRP, slightly over MSRP, or hopefully under MSRP, so that you don't get caught into that situation. But happy to say that he's not planning on flipping the car. It's his wife's daily driver, so they traded in their minivan for a Ford Bronco. Pretty nice upgrade. So go check out Pittsburgh Views and all his happenings with his Ford Bronco and so forth. Really cool channel because he covers a lot of different automotive items. So if you're coming to a Ferrari show and you need something to drive over to the golf course to check out all these beautiful Ferraris that are up on the driving range, what should we drive over to the Ferrari show? Well, let's take a look at the Spectator Parking. Why not start at the top? You got a beautiful Bentley SUV. Not even gonna pretend to know what these things are, but my goodness, it is big, bad, and beautiful. So that's one of the Spectator vehicles. Again, these are personally owned vehicles, and they're not really in the show, so I don't want to get too close to them. Dodge Daytona, not a bad daily driver. Volvo Sport Wagon, pretty cool. Big Mercedes SUV. Was chatting with the owner of this. He bought it 2 days ago. So it's a brand new Genesis, and hopefully it comes through on camera, but it is a matte green finish. And was chatting with him about the paint finish and so forth. Didn't know how to treat it. So my buddy Mike from Autobella, shout out to Autobella and the Geon products. So Geon makes something that's strictly just a shampoo and will protect this finish. So GV70 all-wheel drive Genesis SUV, and if you haven't looked at Genesis, check them out. They're really starting to put the really up their game, so to speak, and putting the luxury car market on notice with what they're providing. Think back to the days of Lexus and Acura, and Audi for that matter. Here is probably one of my favorite vehicles that's available today. So this is the Rs6 Avant. This is a beast of a car. I don't remember the specs, but I'll put them down here below. Just tripped on a golf ball. We are on the driving range. They didn't drive that ball very far, that's for sure. But Rs6 Avant, everybody says in the United States we don't buy station wagons. This is a beautiful, beautiful wagon. Absolutely gorgeous. They put a manual transmission in it, that'd be a whole nother story. Parked right next to a C7 Corvette Z06, yellow with black racing stripes, manual transmission on this thing. Mercedes SL 500 convertible, not a bad way to get around. And neither are these. M5 Competition Series, one of probably the best sedan on the market right now as far as performance goes. The only thing that could probably get close to it is the new Cadillac Blackwings with the V8 supercharged and a manual transmission. You can't get a manual transmission in this particular car or any high horsepower BMW right now outside of the M3. So CLK Mercedes, but back to the M5 Comp, just unbelievable supercar numbers out of a full-size sedan. It's amazing the technology on what they can do. They can always make a car faster by adding more power and traction, but to make these things stop and turn like they do, that's a whole nother ball of wax there. So another nice way to show up. A couple of Porsche Turbo 911s sitting here, two different vintages. Again, not up on my Porsche, whether C4, C5, C6, things of that nature. Not sure of the different generations, but obviously you can see the difference in stylings from the different headlights and so forth. I like the older product. I much prefer this red one here. It's a member of the Porsche Club of America. Beautiful, beautiful car. Buddy of mine, trying to think of his channel, Petweet. I'll link it down in the description below, but really does a lot in the Porsche 911 world. Great story. Started his own little business and now he's doing really well with it, and not too shabby to show up in an Aston Martin. So this is pretty much what you can drive to a Ferrari show, guys. Take your pick. Let me know what you think. Aston Martin, Porsche, Mercedes, BMW, new Genesis, Corvette, Audi, or like I said, go with a Bentley. Why not, right? When all else fails, drive the Bentley. Zippity's Garage, more fun and games planning on coming up this fall. If you're into the Corvette content, check out, I'm going to put the information right here. The Corvette Takeover is scheduled for October. So that's happening again with my friends from Yellow Vet 04 and 512 Garage. So we are planning on doing that again in Hamilton, New Jersey at the original location, or the location from the last 2 or 3 takeovers. We're going to deal with the parking headaches, but it's a great location with the restaurant. We changed up the hours a little bit. If you were at the last one, you know, the bank got a little bit bent out of shape. We were taking all his parking. So don't arrive at 9 a.m. at the next takeover. We're going to start it later in the day. So more information and future videos to come about the Corvette takeover. But hopefully you enjoyed this video today, something a little bit different than the Corvette content. Like I said, the channel isn't dedicated to the Corvettes. It's dedicated to the fun and games about being an automotive enthusiast. And that's exactly what this is today, guys. Getting a chance to geek out over a bunch of beautiful, beautiful Ferraris. And just out and enjoying the day with my friends from Auto Bella. Again, great detailer. Auto-Bella.com in Southampton, New Jersey. So thanks for watching, guys.